Hey y'all, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is a miracle working Monday morning. Once again, I am here. I am Jewel Wilson Murphy, and I am here with All Photos Considered, where we are live this morning, and we're so glad to be here. We all missed you last week once again, but we are here, and we are glad that you decided to come on in and chit and chat with us. Remember, we're here every Monday morning at 7 a.m. where we talk about those things that usually are not discussed. This week, we're going to take a little view on thankfulness. A different view, though, but I want to let you know that if you have a desire to do a podcast, take pictures, or whatever your photo need is, it is all here with All Photos Considered. All you got to do is right below, I want to get my photos done. I need a video. It's Christmas time. I want to take pictures of my family. It's Thanksgiving time. I'm not sure if you're too late for that. But if you have a media need, All Photos Considered is your place. And remember, if you have a desire to do your podcast, your first 2 podcasts are free by All Photos Considered. And mention my name, Jewel Wilson Murphy, and you will receive 10% off your media need. And so again, I greet you here on this Miracle Working Monday as we walk into the Thanksgiving week. We want to talk about those things that we find that we are thankful for. What are you thankful for? There's so many things that we can talk about. There's a list that we've brought up together, and we just want to talk about those things that we don't necessarily talk about. We know that on Thursday we bring out the turkey. We know that we come together with family. But can you think of a time when you were maybe little or even in your younger life for that one person who poured into you, that one person who knew and told you that you can do it? Whatever the it was, they told you that you were able to do it, even when you didn't think that you could. You know, we were talking and we were praying this morning and this week on our prayer line, Mount Zion Progressive, about being thankful. And one of the things Pastor Lewis Murphy Sr. always says, if you can think, then you can thank. And so this week, we want you to remember that if you can think about a thing, then you can be thankful about that same thing. That person that said you can do it when you thought you couldn't. That person that believed in you when you couldn't even see that the glass was half full as opposed to half empty. Remember that teacher, maybe that teacher that brought you out. I had a professor when I was at FAMU. Y'all know I went to Bethune-Cookman and FAMU, so I'm a rat cat. But when I was at FAMU, I had a professor that read what I wrote, and he said to me, this needs to come out. You need to stand before the people and tell it. Speak about it, not just write about it. So he encouraged me. Now, who would have thought 30, 40 years later that I'd be here with All Photos Considered, doing a podcast, speaking about it, talking about it, being thankful about that professor that said to me, Jewel, you can write, then you can talk about it. So do you have that person in your life, maybe a teacher, a professor, a neighbor that saw in you something that you didn't see in you? What about your parents? What about your mom? What about your dad? I could talk about I call them my people. I could talk about my parents all day long and how I see so much of them in me, not so much of my mom in me, not so much of my dad in me, but so much of the both of them in me. The giving part. They opened up their homes to all of our families when they wanted to relocate. They were able to come and live in our homes. My parents were foster parents for years and opened up their home to people. Now, we all do it a little bit different, and you all know my story. Many of you know my story. Anything you need, my niece Brandy calls me the connector. And so even at that, Brandy calling me the connector years later, I embrace that title. I connect you with what you need. And so I'm thankful for my niece Brandy pouring into me and telling me that this auntie is who you are. And because she said that, it makes me think more about that and being thankful for being able to connect people with what they need. So I would love it if you would write in the chat below, what are you thankful for? You might be thankful for your health. You might be thankful for your strength. You might be thankful that last night was not your last night. You might be thankful that even the last breath you just took was not your last breath. But there's somebody who planted that seed. There's somebody that said you could do it when you thought you couldn't. Maybe it's a relationship that you have. Maybe it's some friends that you have in your life that sometimes you just don't know what you would do without them. Sometimes you just don't know what you just don't know. And so this is an opportunity for you to chit and chat right here on Jewel Wilson Murphy's Chit Chat Monday morning, that you can shout out to that friend. Hey, Wanda, thank you for being my friend. Thank you so much for encouraging me. Thank you for being the part of my life that I can't be. Those things that I don't do well, you do them well. So you can say thank you to your friend. Thank you for your parents. I'm grateful for Bruce and Elizabeth Wilson. I'm grateful for my siblings. I'm grateful for my children. What are you thankful for? So this is a little bit different journey, because this is an opportunity where you get to use this forum to chat and chit and chat about that person that has encouraged you, that person that you're thankful for, that situation that you found yourself in. Even it might have been a bad situation, a not so friendly situation, but you were able to walk away from it. You were able to walk away from it thankful. You were able to tell somebody the story of what happened to you. It might have been a bad breakup. It might have been a horrible argument. It might have been a situation with your children and your children's dad, but you still are thankful. It might be a situation with your children and your children's mom, but you're still thankful, because no matter where we find ourselves, no matter what we find ourselves doing, we have to have an attitude of gratitude. We have to be thankful for, in all things, all circumstances, all situations. We are called to do this. And so on this week's journey, on this week's Chit Chat with Jewel Wilson Murphy, I want you all to just take a moment, woosah, breathe in, breathe out, and think about that one thing. It could be more. It doesn't have to just be one thing, but think about that one thing where you are grateful, where you are thankful. I am thankful for all photos considered. Y'all know our story. Will and I have been friends for a long time, and we had dinner, y'all know, about a year and a half ago, and he tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, you want to do a podcast? And I'm thankful for the tap, because although I thought about talking to people in a different way, I never thought I'd be here 1.5, I think it's been 1.5, almost a year and a half later, that we are here and we're still chit and chatting about this and or that. So this is what I need y'all to do. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, please like, please share, and please comment. Additionally, I'd like you to put in the comment what conversations you like us to talk about. I know Miss Alexandra is already giving me one to talk about in the next couple of weeks, and we will talk about that. We're going to talk about hurting while healing, or healing while hurting. That's what it is, because you don't want to be in pain while you're healing. We're going to talk about healing while hurting. And so that's the topic that's going to come up soon. However, I want to hear from each and every one of you. What do you want to talk about? What do you want us to talk about? What should we chit and chat about? This week was fitting because we are walking into 3 or 4 days before Thanksgiving. And I want to have thankfulness on our minds. I want us to be thankful for the small things. I want us to be thankful for the things that we haven't thought about in a long time. I want us to be thankful for those people who poured into our lives. Be thankful for those situations that may have not been the best situations, but they made us better and not bitter. They made us thankful, and it made us be who we are. It helped us to become better English. It helped us to become who we are today. So I am grateful for each and every one of you. I am thankful that you decided to tap in, to log in, to chit and chat with us. I'm looking forward to seeing your comments. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I'm looking forward to you telling us what you're thankful for. Thankfulness is every day. Thankfulness is an attitude of gratitude. Being thankful is what is necessary for us to live a fruitful and profitable life, a positive life, a life of joy, a life of peace, a life free from bitterness, a life free from chaos. So when you think, you thank. I am so grateful you are here. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Monday morning. Y'all know what? I said it before. It is a miracle working Monday. No matter what you woke up to, this is a day to be thankful. Be thankful in all things, all situations, all circumstances. I know I said it already, but it's just so imperative that we are thankful. I am Jewel Wilson Murphy. Good morning, Rebecca. Rebecca, thank you so much for dialing in, for zooming in this morning. Thank you for sharing what you're thankful for. Rebecca said, I am very thankful for everything, especially my children, my health, and my strength. Can y'all chit like Rebecca did, chit and chat and tell us what you're thankful for? Because this is the day of Thanksgiving. This is the week of thankfulness and gratitude. But don't forget, we are to be thankful every day, every situation, every circumstance. Again, I am Jewel Wilson Murphy. So glad you're here. We'll see you next week. Again, join us, subscribe, like, share, and comment. Have a great week.